hopefully, problem solved. Let's see if we can get anyone to come back. Okay, hopefully we can get someone to come back before I carry on. No clock this time. Okay. Hopefully this is going to be better. We shall see. Let's take a look. Yeah, so hopefully this time it's going to be better. I hope it's fixed now. Should be. I just went off and I reset. Reset my router, and it's saying excellent connection, which is good. Just give people a chance to come on over. Whereas it's annoying. Right, let's get this light on. Right, there we go. Lit up on my face. So unfortunately I can't use the clock now because I can't set it to a specific time. But I can continue watching, which is good. So let's open up the film. Hopefully some guys will be able to pop in and we'll see it's actually live again. And hopefully it's problem solved. Let's play. I will take you back to... What's going on there? Okay. Let's see what happens. Would that be handy? Live. Right, okay. Okay. Let's go to X. Messages. Right, I want to see, make sure that it's working. Looks to be. Let's go to channel. Live. Okay. Yes, take two. Yes, exactly. I was just looking for... I was just going to try and send you a message on X. It should be better this time because I went onto the BT thing and the BT did a restart of the router. I could have just done it myself, but at least if BT do it, there's a record of it on their system, so they know that something's going on. Hopefully that will flag something, because it's 2 days in a row, don't forget, that I've had problems with my... Oh, Blue, you're a pain. In that case. Right, hopefully. That's doing the key frame rate thing's going again. Looks like it's doing it again. Haven't had any notifications. Is it buffering at all, Steve? No notifications. My pal, come on. You're in the way, pal. Seriously, you're in the way. I haven't even pressed play on the film yet. Damn it. The banner is scrolling smoothly this time. Unfortunately, I can't put the clock back up, so... the point where it was when I ended, it was at around about 37 minutes, so... Yeah. I've got a cat sitting right over the chat screen and I can't see it properly because he's a pain in the arse. Right. It's not buffering yet, but that might simply be because I haven't pressed play yet. Oh, here we go. He's on my leg. Now he's gone. Right. So we shall give this another try. So it is at 37 minutes 56 seconds. What was it at last time when it ended? Was that 28 something like that? So what I'll do is I'll take it back to right, it was after they launched the ship. So I'm going to take it back to 30 minutes. So 30 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm playing at 30 minutes and 15 seconds. Yes, the film. No, I'm not restarting. I can't restart. Well, I suppose I could. If you'd rather I'd restart, then I can restart. Just this time I've got a bloody cat in the way. What do you think? Do you think I should restart or? Well, I can restart. There's no reason I can't. Bloody cat. No, the dog's shaking. Ow. Hmm. You know, maybe it would be a good idea to restart. I don't know. I'm just thinking of the time because it's gone. It's 10 minutes past midnight now. So, hey DJ. No, we're going to continue because it's it's going to get good from this point, isn't it? So, I mean, we're at 32 minutes. This is about the part where it starts getting good, right? I mean, properly good. So yeah, right. Yeah, it's playing up 32 minutes now. 32 minutes and 32 seconds. I've actually taken it back 9 minutes to get to this point. So. The other 6 is checked out. The good parts sound good to me. Yeah. Uh, Let me know if you can hear it because you shouldn't be able to hear it. I'm just gonna check my settings actually. Sound. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to hear it. Rely calling regular one. Adrian, hey, how you doing, buddy? You're on season 2 of Voyager. You're still on season 2 of Voyager. I'm sure you said you were still on. You was on season 2 last time. We're not getting any notifications this time, which is a good sign. What about? Let me check the live stream. Oh, but hey, Adrian, thank you for subscribing, pal. Outstanding. Thanks a lot. You're on episode 11. Wow. And Gracie's modding over on the Pop Culture Unleashed stream now, so he'll be busy. That's alright, that's fine. Who's been holding up the damn elevator? It's only how you call it an elevator. It's, it's a lift, right? But it's not, it's a turbo lift. Mm-hmm. Was that a cutscene? I don't think I remember. I don't remember seeing that about reopening old wounds. I don't remember that last time I saw it. Last time I saw it, I don't remember Kirk telling McCoy about the dangers of reopening old wounds. Not in the last time I watched it. Has it always been there? Maybe it's just not something I've remembered. Now the cat's going to be being a pain in the arse, look. I need to. Yeah, this is just a continuation of the stream I did earlier, because there were some technical issues. Because they resolved quite quickly after I ended the stream, I decided that I would come back, give it another shot. Okay, so I've just pinned the message, which has a link to the Streamlabs tipping page. If you, in case you wanted to provide a tip, any tip of £5 or $5, whichever it is, will actually be read out by a female computer voice named Emma. You can type whatever you like. I'm just going to be checking the other streams and making sure that works. Right. I'm sure, is that the one? Let's see. Yeah, that's the one, I think. Yeah, must be. Rumble being a pain in the ass as usual. But it's telling me excellent connection this time. It's an excellent connection. Outstanding. Right. You may be my captain, but you are also my friend. I have been and always shall be yours. Cool. Okay. Just assuming command now. A ship full of cadets. Looking forward to Star Trek Academy. I'll be back shortly. I'm not pausing it. I'm just going to make sure the baby goes to the toilet. Come on, buddy. Come on. Lights. Illuminate. We are free. We have a ship and the means. I'm back. Obviously. No, exactly. In the motion picture, he literally demoted each other. Factoid number 1. Miranda-class starships have a larger internal volume than Constitution-class. Yeah, because they're newer as well, aren't they? And, well... Well, yeah, because the secondary hull of Constitution is essentially just the engineering section, right? And shuttle bay. That's it. But the saucer for the section for the Miranda, because well, it is basically a saucer. I wouldn't say it has as a saucer section. Yeah, it does have more space, more internal volume, but it's because of its shape, right? Because the Miranda class, the saucer is actually shaped a lot like the saucer section of, say, the Romulan Warbird from Balance of Terror. I said that on purpose, Steve. Piss you off. Nah, I don't want to piss you off, really. And yeah, the Constitution is older though. Yeah, Voyager's not a large ship, really. I think I said mainly because Voyager is it's not a long range vessel. It's I think it's meant to be a medium range science vessel. It's not meant to be combat vessel at all. It's meant to be just science. I'm pretty sure it's a medium range. It's just not meant to have a very large crew. I wouldn't say you were wrong, Adrian. Adrian, because I'd say it could probably hold 3,000 in emergency situations. I think that's what they go by mostly. The maximum capacity would be 3,000 in an emergency. So say they were evacuating a planet, maybe 3,000. I can't remember the specifics for the Constitution class. You got to bear in mind that the saucer section on the Constitution Enterprise, the TOS Enterprise, is actually the same diameter as the saucer on the NX1, NX01. So they're actually the same size in diameter. Not this, because I think uh, the NX class has, I think it was like two decks essentially for the saucer section, and the yeah, I think that's about right. I think that sounds right. I think it's like two decks essentially, four decks in total if you count the bridge deck and the um, armory, which is below on the underside of the saucer section, if I remember correctly. That sounds about right. Five decks in total, yeah. But if you look at the shape of it, the saucer is essentially two main decks with deck one above deck one with the bridge and deck well it'll be deck C is the lower deck which is on the saucer, which would be um, uh, the armory basically, and weapons room. So the leading edge of the saucer, the very outside edge of the saucer in the NX01 was probably another deck. Sort of it probably had two decks there and then another deck there. I don't know. I haven't seen the layout for a long time. But not all the decks are in the saucer because you get the engineering section, which is actually down past the pontoons, if I remember correctly. Seven decks. Hmm. Well, if Memory Alpha said it had seven decks and it had seven decks in total, but what decks are they including? I'll have to have a look at the diagram. This is damn peculiar. Yeah, see, the outer ring of the NX Saucer was one deck, and then behind that you had another two decks. So that's three decks. So you can say that it's 4 decks deep, sort of that way. And then you've got the bridge at the top, tactical and shuttle bay at the bottom. Then you've got 2 decks in the engineering section, which is actually the bit between the pontoons, right? I'm pretty sure that's about right. Where the warp sustaining crystal is. Pretty sure that's right. Because it's the only way the layout of the engineering section will actually work is if the engineering section is actually the bit between and down and below the pontoons that have the nacelles coming out. Because the way it's set out, it's like that, isn't it? You've got the 2 things coming out from um engineering. So it's the only way that actually works out. Massive ships that can carry 1 million people. Uh, Not in Star Trek so far, but actually, yes, they have. There are some alien ships that can. Yeah, there are some alien ships that can. There are generational ships that can carry more than that, I think. There's one in Voyager, actually, if I remember correctly. I was talking all the way through the damn attack. Silly me. Well, the Enterprise J would probably have a crew close to 1 million in when they show that in Enterprise. Granted, they show an image of it on a wall, but on a screen. But yeah. I'm going to step away shortly. I just need to go for a pee. So I'm going to mute the microphone and I'm going to step away. So I'm not going to pause it. Just going to just mute the microphone. Hey, sorry about that. When you gotta go, you gotta go. At least I'm not as bad as Jay. Federation ships that can hold that many. Yeah, most of the time when they can hold a certain number of people, it's usually an emergency capacity, so it can safely hold that many people for a short length of time, not a long time. The asteroid ship in for the world is hollow, and I have touched the sky. Could probably hold a few million, as it's over 300 kilometers long. Exactly. Other huge ships, the Voth. Yeah, that's one of the ships I was talking about in Voyager. The Voth City ship, the Sirius TOS, the Doomsday Machine TOS. Well, the Doomsday Machine is different, isn't it? I mean, the Doomsday Machine is not a ship; it's like a drone weapon, right? The Enterprise D could hold 10,000 in an emergency. Yeah, see, the capacity is increased once you for an emergency situation, but it still can't hold a million, up to a million, right? So the Federation wouldn't actually have ships that size. I wouldn't have thought. But you're saying that the asteroid ship from for the world is hollow, and I have touched the sky could probably hold a few million. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there are specific ships in Starfleet that can hold close to that number. I mean, they wouldn't be much of a ship. They're probably like low warp because they have a high power consumption without needing warp. So they're probably very low warp speed um, and very blocky. Yeah, Kirk just got caught with his britches down. This is where he gets the blood on his shit, on his monster maroon. It's the word given, Admiral. Just an update. I'm at 57 minutes. Yep, Scotty's nephew about to buy the farm. He stared at his bust. Approaching regular at Space Lab Regular 1. Come on, is that even working? So I'm just looking at Rumble, and Rumble's just showing me my thumbnail picture. It's not showing me anything else, which is weird, even for that. Hmm. Annoying. YouTube's fine. Oh, there we go. It's working. Yeah, remember, guys, if you could really help us out by hitting that thumbs up and hitting the subscribe button. Yeah, it does travel. boop, boop. No worries, Adrian. I'll be on again tomorrow night. Hopefully, there won't be any technical issues like there were tonight. But yeah, I'll be watching The Search for Spock tomorrow. So you're welcome to join. Take care, buddy. Thermonics. Thermonics. Interesting. Sharpens. I think what I might do when I've done the Star Trek movies. I know that when I've done the Star Trek movies, I'll probably still be doing the Star Wars movies. But when the movies are finished, what I might do is replace Star Trek with the Alien and Predator films. So timeline wise, go start to finish from release onwards. So in release order for all the Alien and Predator films. What do you think, Steve? Do you think that's a good idea? We'll see how this lot goes first. Hopefully, there won't be no more technical issues. But yeah. To control our minds. Give me the nuclear vessels. Nuclear vessels. Their throats. He died so the white man could live. No, he died because they couldn't kill off Chekhov, right? That's the right guy. That's just the girl I'm thinking of. This will be your big chance to get away from it all. It's funny how when he commits suicide, the phaser was set to maximum level, right? It's the Genesis torpedo. The Genesis torpedo. David? Eaten by graboids in tremors. Yep. See? Maximum. Set to maximum when you commit suicide. Chekhov's big ear. Yeah. Still alive, my old friend. Old friend. It's funny. He knew where it was, but how would he know exactly where it was in the room? Does that make any sense? But how does it echo in space? Maybe they could detect the proto matter in Genesis. Then why? How come they couldn't detect it before they knew where it was? Doesn't make sense. God! Dramatic effect. Yeah. It's like having the wind sounds in an old 80s sci fi when they're in space. You can hear wind. But you wouldn't be able to hear wind. You wouldn't be able to hear anything, right? But they have wind for the dramatic effect. No, it's not just to give you something to do. Yeah, man. Let's get moving. Possibilities. I mean, the by the book thing must not be a common knowledge thing. If she her as a lieutenant who was training to be a commander, I guess, doesn't know what they were on about. Just to make sure we can keep it synchronized. All right, 1 minute, 1 hour, 14 and 17 seconds. Oh, sorry, Wing Racer. Yeah, it's because it wasn't scheduled. I just came straight on as soon as I tried things. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or carry on or not, but I figured I would once the connection improved. Essentially, it was just a reset of the router done through the service provider website. Yeah, it's true. He did do that, didn't he? Reprogrammed the parameters. Actually, uh, where she says you never face death. How many times did he face death during in TOS? Even the motion picture, right? He faced death basically. Kirstie Alley was gorgeous. You lied. I exaggerated. Oh, it's nice of Spock to bring him a nice, brand new, fresh, clean uniform. One of Kirstie Alley's films I used to like watching was it Look Who's Talking? I used to like watching that when I was younger. Oh yeah, the confidence of youth and experience. Unlike in Strange New Worlds or um, AJ Trek. They're heading into the nebula. They're preparing for battle. All the cadets are getting ready. Mm. Was this the first time we saw a aft-facing torpedo tube on a Constitution as well? I think it is, isn't it? Because you can see it just there on the lower section of the neck. You can see the black bit. That's the first time we've actually had a reference on the Constitution of it, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a VG Cloud but red. Yes, the ship's aft. And it does have a nice aft. Kinky. Oh, yes. If you want a reminder where we are at 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 5 seconds. So just entering the nebula, just fired a warning shot. We tried it once your way, Khan. I'm laughing at your superior intellect. You know what the Mutara Nebula reminds me of? That nebula in Picard season 3 that ends up having the baby alien, the baby jellyfish aliens. If I remember correctly, they didn't want the Reliant to be a Miranda class originally, did they? They wanted it to be something else, but they couldn't afford to build a bigger model or a new model for it. So they used the Miranda because it was essentially um, a kit bash, wasn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, another factoid. Judson Scott's lack of screen credit for his very large role as Joshim, Khan's right hand man, was the fault of his then agent, who mistakenly opted to waive Scott's credits. Why would they do that? I mean, surely they want their actors' name in the credits because they want their recognition, right? I do like that with the light flickering in front of it. Probably. I don't think he was his agent for much longer after that. No, probably a Dakota Johnson thing, wasn't it? people are always saying that the movies, this movie is what is by far the best of the Star Trek movies, which I agree with. But there is a there is a nitpick that lots of people have with this film. That's the phaser effect. I mean, the phasers are supposed to be a steady stream of a steady beam, right? They're not supposed to be like all uh, pulse beams, right? It's supposed to be a constant phaser beam. That's about the only thing that people complain about. Yeah, yeah, but they're not though. The Defiant had high powered um, phase pulse cannons, didn't they? In appearance, you mean? Well, maybe. You always rationalised it as a super focused and concentrated blast, but that's just me. Well, see, the phasers, the Reliance phasers should be different because they had more powerful phasers on the Reliant because the Miranda class had more powerful phasers than the Constitution. Um, the pylons, the pylon that goes up, and then you got the strut. The weapons, the phasers on the corners, they're actually supposed to be heavy phasers, so they're supposed to be much more powerful. Someone just sitting there toggling on and off. Click, uh, click. Got to look like they're doing something. What's Austin Powers say? Uh, no, it wasn't not Austin Powers. Doctor Evil says it, I think. Yeah, there. You know, if you're looking at the screen, you see the bit on the pylon where it curves up. You've got the phaser on there, and you've got they're supposed to be heavy phasers. They're actually supposed to be phase cannons, not phaser, not the same phasers as the Constitution, but they did use the same effect. So I'm just randomly clicking things on and off. Uh, Prepare to be boarded. This is the famous period saying, "Oh, I spit my last breath." Coming up. Run out of coffee. Damn it. No, Kirk. The game's not over. It's something that always amazed me is how Khan is how he knew how to use the Genesis device in the first place. I mean, it's technology that's hundreds of years more advanced than anything he's used before. He's never been shown how to use it. So how did he know how to arm it in the first place? You can't. Yeah, but even someone with a superior intellect, he needs to learn how to use modern day equipment, right? It's like that added thing. Give Napoleon, bring Napoleon a, a squadron of tanks. He'd never, how would he, he wouldn't know how to use them. It's the same basic thing, isn't it? You don't know how to use the technology. So with the superior intellect, how? He watched the instructions. Why would there be Why would there be instructions on how to use a detonator for something like that? Where I don't know. I don't know. It's just something that always popped into my head. How does he know how to use it? I suppose he could have read a book or read a pad maybe. But I wouldn't have thought they would have left something like that lying around inside the same case as the weapon, right? Enterprise for Dummies. Here we go. Here's a silly thing that Spock dies for. The plastic room, which has gaps between the doors and the walls, that would not be able to stop radiation coming through. Just perspex or whatever it was. Maybe he used the brain slugs on someone else in the station. Maybe they might. He did force them to tell him stuff, so maybe they did force him to actually tell him about the detonator and how to use it. Force fields plug the gaps, did they? You know, another thing. Instead of trying to get away when you're pretty sure that you can't at that point, why don't you just vaporize the ship? You just fire whatever torpedoes they have left. That anything they can, just fire it. Fire everything. There you go. They're warping away. Wow, that's a huge explosion for the Genesis device. Huge, enormous. That's planet forming. Head cannon can answer all questions. Maybe. My God, Carol, do you remember that time when your father tried to kill me with a giant black version of the Enterprise? No? Oh, sorry, different universe. Yeah, that's what he used on the Gorn. Like everyone just randomly knows without a background of chemistry how to make gunpowder, right? The ship safe. Yeah, Hank is at the ready. I forgot to grab myself some tissue. That's not right. Oh dear. Yeah, exactly. Scott's pipes? Nah. Why would we care for Scott's pipes? Kobayashi Maru test. Until now. You, what do you think of my solution? I have been, and always shall be, your friend. Oh no, that was the other way round. It was Kirk that died in Into Darkness. Was it? Spoilers. Oh, and by the way, when I'm watching these films, I will not be doing a live watch of the JJ films. Almost in time to go to bed. It is what, 16 minutes past one in the morning. That's not regulation hairstyle. Should be above the shoulders, love. She's a civilian and she's got it regulation. Because the more woman, they need to bring back the regulation beehive. Yeah, yeah. You would have expected to see that in Discovery, wouldn't you? Shatner's a terrible actor outside of Star Trek. Takai. Hmm. Mm. Right. Okay. So the idea of the burial in space is like the burial at sea thing. Um, the only reason the Navy used to do burials at sea is because they didn't have the facilities to store the body, right? So when you're traveling through space, someone dies, would you waste a torpedo? Probably not. But you would have the facilities on board a futuristic starship like Enterprise to be able to store a body for a while at least, right? So that's the whole point of burial at sea and burial at space. It's because you cannot physically store a dead body, right? Exactly. They keep their own. They chuck their own people out to space, and they keep the enemies. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, return dead Vulcans to Vulcan. Yeah, it would make sense. Or Nivar. Is it Vulcan or Nivar? Oh dear. It's never Navarre. Is it? Is it never Navarre? Do you think Navarre is just an abbreviation for New Vulcan and Romulus? Navarre makes sense as as a anagram or whatever. Well, not a Navarre, not an anagram. I said it right earlier before I said it as well, didn't I? Abbreviation. I think that's right. Starting to get tired. Let's check the stream. Good. Rumble is good. Yeah, so if anyone's watching and haven't hit like or subscribed, please do so. It seriously helps us out. And yeah, feel free to super chat um, on Rumble. You can also click the Streamlabs link at the top of the YouTube chat, and it is in the Rumble chat as well. And a notification will come up on the screen if you tip £5. And it will read out a message in a female computer voice called Emma. Yeah, they claim it's an ancient word for the planet that predates the original split. Yeah, yeah, I get that. This is where it leads into the search for Spock, isn't it? You see the torpedo laying there, undamaged, amongst the trees and the undergrowth. Yeah, but that's Discovery for you, isn't it? Planet Khan. Yeah, that's probably why. Because Khan was some of the base material used. That's probably why it broke up. Because he had a breakdown when he couldn't kill Kirk, right? Gravitational forces were in flux. The torpedo could have soft landed David Marcus. Yeah, yeah. I'll never forgive them for the death of my boy. Sorry, wrong film. That's the next one, right? Oh no, that's the Undiscovered Country. Final film. Do, 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 do. Right. Believe it or not, it's actually saying up next Star Trek the motion picture. So why would I want to watch the motion picture after the Wrath of Khan? Make sense? Well, that's the end. Okay. I do like that film. I do like Wrath of Khan. I do. Um, Michelle Burnham swooped on with her red angel suit to help it land. Yeah. Michelle. I'm not calling her Michael. I'm calling her Michelle because it should be Michelle. Maybe they couldn't call her Michelle because of Michelle Yeoh on set. Maybe. Maybe calling her Michelle Burnham confused Michelle Yeoh. Is that possible? Maybe. Maybe. Yes. What else we got? Okay, so I thought her name was Mika. Like for uh, what in it should be Nika, right? Always arriving in the nick of time. Uh, I don't know. Okay, so that was the Wrath of Khan. Khan! Khan! Whatever. I can't do an accent, but yeah. Kind of get the gist. Right. I have to go to bed. So do I. Got to be up in the morning. Great stream, lots of fun. See you for the next one. Yeah, hopefully there won't be any problems tomorrow. Should be fine. So yeah, hopefully you guys will join me for the search for Spock. Oh yeah. Until next time, guys. Stay safe, take care, and May the Schwartz be with you.